Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Thursday, the 19th of November. All right, it's coming into the middle of the Asian session here. The dollar making a little bit of a comeback this stage of the week, even though it looks a little bit overdone here on the short-term hourly charts. We are starting to see a break a little bit higher. On the longer term, keep it in perspective. It's still trading sideways with the sort of downward bias. But where's this short-term momentum coming from? Well, if you take a look at the various news, the massive surge in coronavirus cases across the states is creating that US dollar safe haven sort of flow. And as we saw, it's a bit of a risk-off day there too. If I just bring you back to this sort of equity market, so COVID spread is dominating the US equity markets. Up 1.61 day or a couple of days ago, now down just over 1 or up to 1.2%. So that's a risk off. You sell Aussie, Kiwi, CAD, buy dollars, right? That's the general theme of that risk on, risk off. So that's where we are at the moment. If you have a look at give you a quick look at the charts. Okay, there's a situation here. This is not a bad setup. If the US dollar, these coronavirus cases increase, that's a good thing for us as traders because we're going to see the US dollar rally. The Aussie move is sort of stalled here and it's already sort of starting to break down. Euro's leading the way. Okay, it has already broken down on short-term support. Kiwi's continuing to the top side, but you'd expect if, and same with sterling, but if Euro keeps going, you'd expect Kiwi and sterling and the Aussie to go with it, right? That's the way it sort of generally works. And you can see the safe haven sort of play there on the yen as well. They're buying a bit of yen across the board. Dollar CAD, on the other hand, is just sort of chewing ground at the moment now. Will the dollar CAD go up? Well, with a strong dollar, not so much, I don't think, because we've got oil rallying, and that's going to offset the dollar upside momentum, right? That's the way I can sort of see it at the moment. Now, if I just bring you back to the daily market insight, all right, now, just having a look here, I was looking at some patterns the other day. I tell you what, once you sort of break it down to the core components, the next move really does come from the fundamentals, as we know, which are dominated by the geopolitical situations. So I couldn't get my head around really sort of going with the technical patterns because they sort of contradict, and it really goes with whatever happens next in the on the fundamental aspect as well. So what I've done is create a bit more of a streamlined approach. So we got long-term trend, right? These long-term trends don't change every day, right? Probably once a month, usually. So we'll see how they go. But short-term momentum, this is the thing that's getting swung around and about with the geopolitical situations. And then we are starting to see more short-term moves around that. So as you can see, short-term momentum on the dollar index is up. Short-term status is breaking up. And the closest level that's around is 92.20, right? So it's, if anything, you're looking for a retracement to get into those trades. And as you go down the list here, there's a couple of potentials here. As I said, Euro has already sort of got a bit of a short-term reversal in play. Sterling and Aussie ready to go to the downside. And you'd probably think if that happens, then the Kiwi should probably turn around with that as well. So a few opportunities on the horizon, just with the closest levels, the S and the R, right? Support and resistance. There's no sort of, weird secret remedies there. But I've just posted here the one of the better opportunities. It's a close call between sterling and Aussie, which one I was looking to get more into. The Aussie looks more vulnerable, especially with the equity markets being in control, right? Another bad day in the equity markets, the Aussie will be 100 points lower. So just looking at the long-term trend is up. Yeah, that's fine, but I'm looking for a short-term move down, right? You can see the structure of the trade plan there and a little bit of reasoning here as to why, what the setup is. All right, guys, that's it from me. So a little bit of an opportunity. We are, coming into the business end of the week where the dollar is getting thrashed about. Of course, it's all pandemic related. So just hang on to your hat. They could change. But as I said, if the deaths and the infections increase, then I think we're going to see a dollar surge. And that gives us opportunities here on a lot of pairs, especially whilst we've got long-term trends in play. Now's the time to be looking to get involved. All right, guys, have a good one. Cheerio.